Govt Nature Series, bringing the soul of nature into the heart of your living space.
At the request of Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, Parliament was convened today under the chairmanship of Speaker Dr. Jagat Wickramaratne in accordance with the provisions of Standing Order 16. A supplementary estimate of 500 billion rupees was presented to Parliament to support the restoration of lives affected by the recent disaster.
Honourable Speaker, I present the supplementary estimate number 1 of 2026. I move that this supplementary estimate and the document be referred to the Committee on Public Finance.
දැන් හෙට දිනේ සම්මත කරගන්නට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන බිලියන 500ක.
We will fully support the 500 billion supplementary estimate which is ready to be passed tomorrow. However, an effective mechanism must be established to deliver the relief promised by the government. I am holding an application to obtain the 25,000 allowance for house cleaning in Badula district. According to the circular, this application requires the signature of the chairman of the public safety committees. This committee is merely an association set up by the JVP. It is sad to see politics interfering with disaster relief. We would like to remind everyone not to politicize this situation.
දේශපාලනය කරන්නට සූදානම් වෙන්න එපයි කියන එක මම මේ අවස්ථාවේ කියන්න කැමතියි.
කවුරුත් හරි විශ්වාස කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ ආපදා තත්ත්වය නිසා.
Some may think our plans for 2026 and 2027 will be delayed due to this disaster, but that will not happen.
කිසිවක් අපි අතපසු කරන්නේ නැහැ. අපි හොයමු. මේකට වග කියන්න ඕනේ කවුද?
Let's find out who is responsible for this situation and who neglected their duties. Did the President convene the Disaster Management Committee even after months had passed since the government was established? There have been floods before as well. Were you prepared for this situation? Did you consider the warnings from the meteorological department? Without identifying those responsible, do not dismiss the disaster by saying it has rained over 500 millimeters before, causing landslides and deaths. You may laugh, but the victims are in pain. At least stop laughing now and listen. Let's sort our political issues later. For now, the priority is to safely return people from relief centers to their homes. On one hand, according to the information we have received, the damage to infrastructure alone is about 900 billion rupees. It raises the question of whether a poor country like ours can withstand this. We have not even created a proper video documenting the devastation for the global audience. We must move forward relying on the foreign aid we receive.
අපිට සුනාමියට සාපේක්ෂව විදේශ ආධාර ලැබී තියෙන්නේ 100%කටත් අඩු ප්‍රමාණයක්.
We have received less than 1% of the aid needed to cover the damage compared to over 80% we received after the tsunami. I have seen small donations from local communities and businesses. We must find ways to overcome this situation without relying on wealth we did not generate ourselves. However, if politicians try to exploit this disaster by bribing villagers, it discourages those of us who genuinely want to help. Let's rise together. This is our country as well. I would also like to highlight another issue: education reform. Another disaster is approaching in the form of education policy changes. Free education is the only survival mechanism for the poor. Do not implement shameful reforms in this situation. Bring them to a public referendum. If we destroy the education system, the consequences will be far worse than this disaster. Meanwhile, a motion signed by the leader of the opposition and 25 MPs, including the leaders of the opposition parties, calling for the appointment of a parliamentary special committee to conduct a comprehensive study and prepare a report on the lack of disaster preparedness, was submitted to Speaker Dr. Jagat Wickramaratne today.